This is the video for the Try It section of Lesson 7, Understanding Objects and Collections. In this lesson, you practice with the useful IntelliSense tool in the Visual Basic Editor, IntelliSense spelled INTELLISENSE. This is a very useful feature that helps me to write code in the proper VBA syntax, and in real time will help you to see which objects, methods, and properties are associated with other objects, methods, and properties. To get into the Visual Basic Editor, press the Alt F11 keys from any version of Excel you're using, or you can click the Developer tab in the ribbon and the Visual Basic icon. The first thing to do is to make sure IntelliSense is turned on, and to do that, click the Tools menu item from the VBE menu bar and then click Options. On the Editor tab, this guy here, Auto List Members, is what you want to make sure is selected, and click OK. Here we have the immediate window open. If it was not open, you can open it by clicking View, Immediate Window, or pressing Control G. The immediate window is a very useful window to query some information about Excel or the workbook you're working in, or you can execute single lines of code from here as well. In this case, what we will start to do is enter the question mark character and the spacebar character. That'll tell Excel and VBA that you're about to query it for something, and the something in this case is the application object. When you press the period or dot key after entering an object like that, IntelliSense will expose this drop-down list and show you the objects, methods, and properties associated with, in this case, the application object. Now, if I were to press the N key, IntelliSense takes me to the very first word in that list, beginning with the letter N. It happens to be name, and if I press the Tab key to accept that word name, and then press the Enter key, VBA will return Microsoft Excel because that's the application we're working in, which you already knew, but that is how IntelliSense and the immediate window can work for you. To see this in action again, let's query the active workbook, and pressing the period or dot key will show you again all of the objects, methods, and properties associated with active workbook. And because objects have objects, here is the worksheets object of the active workbook object, and we'll select that and press the period key again and go to the count property. Pressing enter will tell you that there are 3 worksheets in this particular active workbook. So that is a way to query information in the immediate window. The immediate window is also useful if you wanted to execute a single line of code. For example, if I enter in equals, or rather a range A1 dot value equals Tom Erdis, that's my name, and I press enter, it looks like nothing happened because we're still here in the Visual Basic Editor, but going to the worksheet, you'll see that Tom Erdis has been entered into cell A1 because it was commanded to do so here in the immediate window with this line of code. I should mention that using IntelliSense is not specific to the immediate window. If you were to insert a module and start to enter in some macro name like test, for example, and you enter range A2 or some other object and press the dot key, you'll see that IntelliSense works just fine up there in real time. When you're writing your code, you can use IntelliSense to have some kind of action take place with regards to drop-down lists that respond to the preceding method or property or object, and in this case interior.colorIndex equals well, we'll say 6, and that is yellow. So if we were to select this and press the F5 key from here and go back to the worksheet, you'd see that now cell A2 is colored yellow. I invite you to continue experimenting a little bit with the IntelliSense feature. Enter in a few objects and methods and properties and explore on your own what will drop down, well, or rather what will appear with a drop-down list, depending on what object, method, or property is immediately preceding the dot that you enter, and that is the IntelliSense feature in action.